All right, so welcome back. Today we're talking about 10.3. Today you will need a calculator. If you don't have a calculator, that is A-okay. You can go online, go to you can look up Google, go to Gizmo's scientific calculator, and you should get something that looks like my screen that I have here on the left. We're going to hold off for a second before we get to that. Let's talk about some definitions. So today we're talking about factorials and combinations. Okay, so factorials. Factorials is the product of all positive numbers starting from the chosen number down to 1. Again, that words are a little confusing. We're going to get to what that means and how to solve it. So for my example, how many ways can you order the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10? Okay, so when I'm talking about factorial, one thing to keep in mind is I am talking about order. Okay, so this is how many ways can I order something. So in this case, my keyword would be order. Okay, or something that deals with how many ways can I order something. Okay, so in this case, because I have 10 options here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10 is 10 options, right? This would be 10 factorial. And a factorial is just like the number and then that little exclamation point. Math, it means factorial. Obviously, in English, that means, excited or whatever. Okay. So in math, a factorial means what I'm doing is taking all the numbers, so 10 and going down and multiplying that all together. So this is really 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 and then times 1. Okay, so a factorial is the product of the number that I chose. So in this case, my number is 10. The number is 10 because here I have 10 options. So I'm multiplying 10 and then all the way down to 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so you could plug this into your calculator, no big deal. Or there is a function on the calculator that you can do 10 factorial. So in this case, I'm going to show you how to use that feature on this calculator to the left. So on the left, what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug in 10. So I have 10 here. Then I'm going to look at the parts right above the numbers. It says main, ABC, function, DEG. It's got like the arrow, clear all, that stuff. What I'm going to go to is I'm going to go to function. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to look around and see, okay, well, do I see my factorial sign? In this case, I do. It's on the last row, that little exclamation point. And it tells me my answer. And my answer is, on this side, 3, 6, 2, 8, 8, 0, 0. Okay, so I have 3,628,800 ways to order my numbers 1 through 10. I know that is a huge number, but that's why we have these functions in our calculator. Okay, they make it easier for us to calculate them. I would never make you do that by hand. Okay. Okay, so let's talk about combinations. So combinations is different from factorial. So combinations is a group of items from a collection where the order, that should say order of the selection does not matter. So what we're looking at is a group of items. Okay, so in combination, what I want to know is how many combinations can I choose from? Okay, so when I hear combinations, what I'm looking for is a word choose, something similar to choose. Okay, so that's my keyword. So the first example, again, I want to show you how to find a combination. So in my first example, it says, you are at a store and there is a deal. 7 pieces of jewelry for $30.99. There are 12 pieces to choose from. How many different combinations are possible? Okay, so again, I see that word choose. This is different from factorial because factorial, I'm talking about order. In this case, I don't care about the order. Okay, what I want to know is how many ways can I choose 7 pieces of jewelry out of 12? So in order to do a combination, what you're going to do is you're going to have a C here. The bigger number that you have, I have 12 is my bigger number. That's going to go on this side. The pieces that I want is 7. That's going to go on this side. Okay. So this is 12 choose 7. That's how you read that. 12 choose 7. Okay. So let's find that out. Again, we're going to go back to my calculator. Your calculator will do this for you. You don't have to know how to do this by hand. So again, I'm going to go back to that function that we did to find my factorial. So there's my function. What I'm looking for is NCR. NCR. If I look down at my bottom row, it's actually right next to my factorial on the left side. So there's my NCR. So that is my bigger number, choose the number of pieces that I have. I'm going to go back to my main. Okay, so the first number that you're going to plug in is the bigger number, or your N. So in this case, my bigger number is 12, so I have 12. Put in a comma there. Comma is very important. Okay, and then the other number that you're plugging in is that second number, which is 7. Close that parentheses, click that enter. There are 792 ways to choose. 792 ways to choose, or 792 combinations. Okay, so the difference between factorial is that in this case I'm multiplying the number that I have and working my way down, whereas a combination is different. Okay, so let's put this to some practice. So let's talk about the first practice. So how many ways are there to order? There's one of those keywords, the letters A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H. Okay, so if I go back to the top, well, am I talking about a factorial or am I talking about a combination? Again, my keyword is order. So in this case, what I'm actually talking about is a factorial. For a factorial, I have to count how many options I have. Okay, so in this case, these are my options that I could have. Well, how many do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So I have 8 options within my letters. Okay, which means I am actually looking for 8 factorial. So again, in my calculator, I'm going to go to my function button. I'm going to plug in my 8 first. Go to my function button, click that factorial symbol or that exclamation point, press enter, and then I have 40320. So 40,320 ways to order my letters. Okay. All right, let's talk about number 2. So how many ways are there to order 6 different books? Okay, let's say I have 6 different books. I got a science, math, English, couple English ones, history, and then art book. Okay, so I have 6 different books. How many ways can I order them? Okay, again, that keyword is order. So again, I'm talking about a factorial. So my number is 6 because that's how many books I have. Factorial. Let's find that out. So again, go back to your main screen, press your 6, go to function, press your exclamation point, and enter. In this case, I have 720 ways to order those books. Okay, let's talk about number 3. So number 3, you can order a sandwich at a restaurant. You choose, there's a keyword I see, you choose 2 sides from a list of 8. Okay, how many combinations of side dishes are possible? Okay, so again, in this case, my keyword was choose, so I know I'm talking about a combination, so that's that C. So I have 2 and 8. My bigger number always goes on the left side of that C, so there's my 8, and then my 2 goes on the right side. And this is not like this, that's different. Okay, so they're not next to each other. They are a little bit on the bottom. Okay. Okay, so again, let's go find this out in my calculator. So again, I'm going to start with, go to my functions, go to that NCR, go back to my main, 8, comma, 2, close my parentheses, press enter. I have 28 possible combinations. 28 possible combos. All right, talk about number 4. So number 4, you have to answer 8 questions from a list of 10 for a test. Okay. You have to answer 8 questions from a list of 10 for a test. How many ways can you complete this? So this one I don't see choose. I don't see order, so I'm not really sure which one I'm talking about. However, because I'm given, I want 8 questions out of 10, which is similar to 2 sides out of 8, or 7 pieces out of 12. This case, we are talking about a combination. So again, I have, see here, my bigger number, which is 10, goes on the left side. My smaller number goes on the right. I'm going to go to my function, click that one there on the bottom, NCR. I have 10, choose 8, close my parentheses. Again, that comma is very important. In this case, I have 45 ways to complete my test. Okay, hopefully this is getting a little bit easier. Okay, let's move down. Let's talk about number 5. So number 5, how many combinations of, so in this case it tells me combinations that I'm talking about, 3 letters from the list of A, B, C, D, E, and F. Okay, so how many possible letters are there? Well, I have A, B, C, D, E, F. In this case, this is 6 options. So I want to choose 3 from those 6. So again, I have my choose, so my C. My bigger number is 6, that goes on the left. My smaller is 3. Let's do that on the calculator. Go to my functions, go here again. I have 6, 3, close that off, and I get 20 combinations. Okay, this is a good point in the video to pause. Try 6 and 7 on your own. There's no word problem to it. All you got to do is just plug it into your calculator, solve for those values. Okay, so pause the video and then play it back and check those answers. Okay, so let's talk about number 6. So factorials. So again, factorials, we're talking about order. Okay, it's seen with that little exclamation point. Again, that is different in math. It's not the same that is in English. Okay, so in this case, 4 factorial is really 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. I should get 24 here. 100 factorial we did earlier. So we get 3, 6, 2, 8, 8, 0, 0. 7 factorial, you should get 5. Oops. Should get 5, 0, 4, 0. 5 factorial, you should get 120. 12 factorial is a big one. 4, 7, 9, 0, 0, 1, 6, 0, 0. And then 0 factorial for F, I should get 1. Okay, talk about number 7. So combinations. Again, this is, you can use a calculator as well. For number 7. Okay, so this is, the way we read this as for A is 6 choose 4. So 6 choose 4, I should get 15. For B, 9 choose 5, I should get 126. For number C, or letter C, sorry, I get 8 choose 2, which is 28. D, which is 7 choose 1, which is 7. E, 5 choose 0, which is 1. And then 10 choose 3, I get 120. Okay, so in this unit, in this section, we talked about factorials and combinations, what they mean, how to find those. Again, factorials are orders, and combinations are choosing something, and there is no order. Okay, so that's the end of 10.3.